So in this video, we're gonna talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of trucking. I'm Tony the trucker. My husband Donnell. So we've been on the road for 7 years now, right? He started before I did. He has a year, and he started a year before me, and then he talked me into coming on the road with him, so we could team drive. So it's been 7 years for me, 8 for him. But right now we're in a hotel room because our truck is in the shop. Our truck is in the shop. We're in Salt Lake City. We've been here for 4 days now. So every day they come back with something else that is wrong with the truck. So we have a hefty bill. We are owner operators and we own our truck. So and it's out of warranty. So the repairs are on us, basically. So we're gonna just tell you that trucking has been great. It has changed our lives. I love trucking. I love being in the truck with my husband. I think that it has brought us closer together. We have figured out a lot of problems together. So that part I love. I don't love being away from home so much. I do love being able to just explore different states and just looking at the scenery in some states is beautiful. So it has good and bad sides. I do love that because we got family all over the place. So if we got a load going into where my family stays, we'll stay for a few days and visit family. I love that part. That part is great. I also love the outlet malls. We have found some great outlet malls. Did some great shopping in other states than where we live. So that part is great too. But the part of when the truck is in the shop, if those wheels ain't turning, you ain't making no money. And the part of if you don't have the freight, you're not making no money. And so trucking has ups and downs. It has down seasons and up seasons. Usually in the up seasons, you make enough to where when the down season it averages out and you still make a decent living throughout the whole year. You pretty much the amount you make it go up from week to week, so you can average it out per month or by the year, and that's kind of how we do. But we started out as company drivers with Covenant, and that I think that going to that company really helped us to learn how to put money to the side because we had money going to an escrow account to save for for repairs. Basically, if we took time off, we didn't use that escrow money, but we knew how to just save on our own to make sure when we are off the road, we're able to still maintain all of our expenses. We are able to, do everything we need to do just, on a regular basis when we're off the road and not making money. So I think we learned a lot from Covenant. That was a good company to start with. So if you're a team, you might want to give Covenant a try. So let me see. The first the first year we were company drivers. We started off. The first year is the hardest.
Didn't we go through this?
We had to start over.
No, I mean I'm saying on another video. Didn't we give them that on another video already? When we was in the truck.
I thought we was taught. I don't know, but we still. Okay, I'll give y'all a snippet.
I think,
but okay, so we're gonna roll through that. So yeah, the first year is the hardest, and then if you decide to become an owner operator, it's a lot that you have to consider that you probably won't know. People won't tell you about. You won't figure it out until you're out on the road trying to, figure it out on your own. But basically, you gotta have you gotta either be leased onto another company as owner operator that'll have the freight for you, or If you decide to go on your own, you need to have a good contract so that you can keep rolling.
Have a team.
Gotta have,
it's a team sport.
It's a team. You do better as a team.
What I mean by team is you gotta be you gotta be having someone that can find the loads. It's difficult to be trying to drive and find the loads. It's tough to try to get them 5,000-6,000 miles in every single week and having to be on it. You can't really get your roll on like that. I found it hard without having a team. Just two people in the truck trying to get all the miles. It's tough.
It's tough being a driver and doing the logistics part of it.
Yeah,
because you gotta, if both of y'all driving, then you gotta figure out when you're trying to contact their, people and trying to get a contract. It's certain hours you got to be doing that because the people you need to talk to is only in at this time, and then so it's tough. We got our own authority, and that was hard. That was tough. We did not have our own freight, so we decided to give it up because we were just pretty much freelancing, trying to do it off the low boards. The brokers trying to. It was
TQL.
It was too much. Yeah.
Boo.
TQL. They should be out of business.
Really.
They really should. They did us in. We won't. Yeah. They did us in basically. Yeah. So, if you decide to go into trucking, go with a company first. Learn how to be safe on the road. If you decide to become an owner-operator, right now, it's best to stay with the company and get your loads from them.
The freight is low.
The freight is low. Miles are not what they used to be. So, but, and being an owner-operator, you got expenses you got to worry about. Our truck is paid off, so we don't have that expense anymore. But we still, you still got insurance. You still got other bills you have to pay. You still have to maintain your own taxes, take your own taxes out, pay your own taxes, that kind of stuff. Owner operators, you got to have a system in order for that to work. And so I would suggest if you are an owner operator, you already got your truck and you just need freight, go sign back on with a company that has the freight instead of if you don't have a contract yourself, because it's hard to keep the money you need coming in at this time.
At some point, the truckers, 7, 8, 9 years ago, you could survive as an owner operator on using a load board. That was a time where you could do that. That time is gone. Yeah. So it's a different time. We got to do it a different way. And I went in right at the end of that time, like I can get all my loads on a load board, but that time is up. The load board is not. Everybody wants to be a dispatcher and charge you money, and it's getting to be watered down. And as the trucker, you're the source of income for all of these people, and everybody wants some. Mm-hmm. So you just got to kind of keep that in mind. Everybody, they want what you can give them. And as a truck driver, you want me to drive these miles to pick up these loads and drop them off, but you want to charge me access to do it. Man, it's getting crazy. Yeah. It's getting crazy. You just got to figure out how to dangle around the system. That's all. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. So, because we still own our operators. We just decided to go back to Covenant and get our loads through them. So, of course, it's they have, we're gonna, how do I put it? They're gonna get a cut of it, basically. If you drive under someone else and they're providing your loads, they're gonna get a cut. But it's best to do that right now because they got the loads.
Yeah.
So if you try to do it on right, you need consistent money coming in every week. We went through a whole lot of money trying to maintain on our own, and we didn't. Yeah, we gave it all back. We wouldn't get that money back at loads. So right now is just not the time to be out there on your own if you don't have your own contract. So, and then if you make sure you set money aside every week out of your check for downtime, for home time. If you want to, when you go home, if you want to go on a vacation, make sure you figure that number out so that you could take, if you just make sure you put it to the side, put it into a high interest savings account, not a regular savings account. That's not going to do you any good. Your money just going to sit there and ain't going to make you any money. But a high yield savings account, and let that money sit there because you will need it. It will come a time where you'll need it. Even when we did have a warranty, we still had, it would cover most of it, but we still had something out of pocket we would have to pay because we only had a bumper-to-bumper warranty for 1 year. So we've been having our truck for 6 years now. So, and it has so many miles on it that we can't even get a warranty now. So all of the repairs are on us. So you don't want to, if you don't have any money set to the side, if you have issues with your truck, you're gonna go under. You're gonna go under, and then you'll either have to give your truck up, or you'll be trying to go and figure out who you could drive for, and get in a truck to make some money, to get some money coming back in. So you have to be prepared for that. You have to be prepared if you wanted to go on your own and start your own authority. You have to be prepared for not being able to. You have to have money to the side for when if you can't get those loads, you have to still survive. So all of that, nobody told us any of this. We just found it out when we decided that we were going to try to get our own authority. We thought once we got our own authority, we would be able to get those loads. No, you can't. You just can't get them. They give the loads to the people who have a proven track record, who have a proven safety record, who have a proven record of delivering on time, picking up on time and delivering on time. So, it don't go by your record as a company driver. You're basically starting all over. So they don't count that time. They count the time from when your authority was started and how many loads you have picked up and delivered. So we basically couldn't get any work. So just count, if you're deciding you're going to step out and do it on your own, just know you have to factor all that stuff in, and you have to factor how you're going to maintain your livelihood while you're waiting for your authority to get some time on it. So if you're just determined to get your own authority, I would suggest still driving for who you're driving for a year, and let your authority get time, and then start reaching out to the shippers and seeing if you can land a contract. And then once you land a contract, then you leave and go on your own. And then you'll be able to, once you get the freight, you'll be able to hire other drivers and then build your company that way. That's the way I would do it if I was to do it again. Other than that, I probably wouldn't do it again. I probably would stay under a company as an owner-operator and let them handle that part. Because I figured out I don't like the logistics side. I like to drive. I don't want to be calling and trying to book the loads. I don't like that part.
You gotta have a talent for that.
Yeah, so I'm willing to pay a cut to Covenant so they can do all of that for me. Because to be honest, when we were getting loads and doing it on our own, and all of the money we had to put out on our own, it wasn't that different from the cut we given the Covenant. So
it really wasn't.
The only thing is you would be able to build. It would be yours. As owner operators with Covenant, we're still kind of like leased to them, so it's still rules, but we have a lot more leeway as owner operators. I'll say that. But so yeah, those are the things you have to think about. But if you're first starting out, I would suggest just being a company driver and learning all the stuff you need to learn first. And if you're going to be a team driver with your spouse or your family member, learn how to work each other's strengths. My husband does what he is strong at. I do what I'm strong at. We learned how to, work together on the shifts. We both do some night, some day. We do pretty much 6 to 6. So we have some night, some day. We do 12-hour shifts, and that has worked out better for us. So, and we keep rolling the whole time, unless we broke down or unless we're waiting for load to be ready or something like that. But for the most part, we're rolling. So I think it's better to do it that way. I think you'll come up faster that way if you're a team. But you also got to be able to you really need to like whoever your team member is, or have to get along pretty good, because y'all still gonna have issues in that small space. But before you start out, you have to get along well. You're gonna get tested a lot. So, but that is, what else is it? What did you tell them? That's a good, bad, ugly. We do make a lot of money. Our bills are still high. We do have, our expenses are high, but we make good money. We used to make great money. Now it's good. So I'm not willing to. We could go home. We thought about it. We thought about going home and going local. But we know some local people, and just talking to them, you're still going to be, you're going to be working a long day. Your day is going to be long. You're going to go home tired, and you'll be able to sleep in your bed every night, but it's still going to be, you're still going to have long work days on even local. So we don't have any small children. We don't have those, issues. If you have small children, you want to make sure you're home, then it may be better to just, once you get some time in and you could ask for more money as a local driver, that may be best. Right now, over the road for us right now, is still better. So, especially as owner operator. We if we went local, we probably would go back to being company drivers for someone, not owner operators. So,
I'd much rather take my 10-hour break in the truck in a different state than trying to make it home and then make it back to the truck. I mean, because your 10-hour break starts from the time you stop the truck, then you got to drive home, then you got to get home, then once you get home, you got to say something to your family, then you got to eat your dinner, then you got to take a shower, then you got to go to bed. That's 4 hours of your 10-hour break just doing that. So now you're only going to get to sleep for like 5 hours, because you got to get up, you got to get your stuff together, then you got to drive to work, and then you got to start your day. I mean, so your day starts, your day can end at 7 in the evening or whatever the shift is, but your 10-hour break turns into a 5-hour break. And then you get 5 hours of sleep, and then you have to go out and do it. So, but if I'm over the road, my 10-hour breaks when I stop driving. I get my whole 10 hours of break. I can get 2 hours of dinner and trick myself into doing some kind of exercise if I have the willpower, and then I'm asleep. And when it's time to get up, I can get up 15 minutes before my time is up. 15 minutes, scan the brush over my teeth, gargle, spit it out the window, and then, I can start my day, do a once over on the truck, whatever, and I can start my day versus getting up, figuring out where I'm at, at the house. I'm tired. I gotta get some coffee. Gotta make a stop here. I gotta go do all. It's gonna take you 2 hours to get back to work. So I'm not taking that type of time.
Yeah, a lot of. I don't know everybody, but the ones we've talked to, that they have long work days. They have long work days. They don't really have that much time at home. They just want to be local either because they have small children or it's a reason. So I guess you weigh the pros and cons for each thing and decide which route is best for you. But trucking can definitely change your financial status. So if you decide to get into it, just know
it'll mess you up.
It'll know that you have to consider everything before you go into it. Just know that you have to stick it out. It's going to be hard at first. You will learn. You can learn the things that you need to learn. You will get to the point where you're making the money you need to make. Live beyond your means. Below your means, not beyond. Below. We do have a nice hefty price tag for our lifestyle, but we still live below our means. I didn't want to be house poor, things like that. So we gotta you have to consider that too, because when you start making more money in trucking, you like, I got this money coming in every week, it's great, and then you start buying stuff that is expensive to maintain. So you're going to have to stay on that road to be able to maintain and pay those bills. So make sure you don't want to go too far into, if you decide to buy a house, don't go to the top of the mortgage, or the amount you say, but it's okay to buy a used car. We both bought used cars. They're great. They sit, so they run great every time we go home because they're not getting any miles on them. But we did keep things below what we could afford. So, but even with that, it's still pricey. So we would have to, if we went home and got a local job, we still would have to make a certain amount just to maintain. So you have to consider all of that when you're thinking about going in the trucking and the good and the bad parts of it. Pros and cons. Weigh all the pros and cons, and then decide if it's for you. Trucking is not for everybody. A lot of people got out of it. We know some couples that didn't make it. They're not together no more. So you got to really, if you go into this with your spouse, you got to really talk about it. Really come up with a plan. Come up with a plan of action to leave trucking, because we don't want to be in trucking forever. Some people do, but a lot of people get tired of being on the road and being gone that long away from their family. So have a plan of how long you want to be out there, and have an extra strategy of what you could do to keep your income level coming in once you're ready to go up, done with the road. And that's kind of where we're at now. We're working on our extra strategy because we don't want, we're giving it 10 years. We're ready to be able to be home with our families more. And, I just missed my dad's birthday, my aunt's birthday. And so it's my niece's birthday. And we are going home in a week or so. But, that kind of stuff starts to wear on you when you're on the road and you keep missing things. We do try to plan for them, but some things, they're home. They plan stuff and then they forget to tell us, and we miss it and we find out about it. Then I'm sad, So that you got to factor all that in. If it's worth it, sometimes you have to come up with a plan in order to move yourself to the next level. And sometimes you have to sacrifice. You have to figure out what you're willing to sacrifice during this time in order to get to the next level you want to be in life. So you have to discuss that with your family, with your spouse, and be honest about it, and then decide, if this is really going to be something I can do, is this really going to be for me, or if it's not just trucking. It's other, it's other things that you can do to put yourself on another level financially. This is just a platform we decided to use. So, and it has worked for us. And we get asked questions about trucking. So we'll just try to let y'all know what's going on and keep it real with y'all. Y'all can ask us because nobody was straightforward with us. I don't know why. Because we would ask a lot of questions, but everything we learned just from being on the truck, doing ourselves.
Trial and error.
Trial and error. We didn't learn from anybody else. So if y'all have any specific questions you want to ask us in the comments below. We'll try to answer everything. And if we don't know the answer, we'll try to get the answer for you. And we'll try to, when we put these videos out, we'll try to cover what we think you guys want to know. But let us know in the comments so we can make sure we're putting out information that you want, and that's valuable to you. But I think that's all for this video. You got anything else to say, babe?
No, I mean, because, you'll see the other videos that we do. My demeanor may be different in those other demeanor. We're faced with a hefty bill, and it's weighing on me. I ain't gonna lie.
Our bill is $20,000.
$20,000.
$20K.
We gotta come up with that.
We gotta come up with that.
That's weighing on me. That's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully the
so
truck
trucking repairs are, whenever we put our truck in the shop, it's hardly ever less than $1,000 out of our pocket. It's usually $1,000, a couple thousand. We've had a few large bills. This is one of them. We haven't had major issues with our engine or our transmission. So we was thinking maybe we'll keep rocking with this truck. But now that the bills are starting to be so hefty and we have to pay them ourselves, we are considering getting another truck. That's under warranty. So we're working through that right now too. So we'll let y'all know. It's going to be all right. We're sad because who wants to pay $20,000 out? Nobody. But we're blessed enough to have it. But it's something. We're sad about it. Yes, it's something else. And each day they tell us something, something they found that needs to be fixed. So it is weighing on us, but we're pulling the positive out of the negative, because if we just sit and dwell on it, what is that gonna do? No. Now we're just ready for our truck to be fixed right, so we can get back on the road and make this money. So
we're gonna dish it out. I mean, we came up with it, we got it. I mean, it hurt though.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
but
that's next video will be more lively. This is a sad day in Salt Lake City. I tell you that, just to keep it real with you.
We gonna be honest with y'all.
No cigarettes, no drink. I can't have a drink.
Donnell stopped. He gave up smoking, y'all. Yeah, he gave up smoking.
No toothpicks, no nicotine patch. Today is bad. Yeah. This is a hard day, but whatever. Yeah. Hey, next one will be better.
Next one will be better. We'll be back on the road, Roller, talking about a different something else.
We'll let y'all know and show y'all the truck tomorrow. You'll get that little, and we'll be zooming out of here. So, got questions? Hit us up.
All right. Talk to y'all next time.
Salute.